So Ceausescu told me to land right away. Where, I said, on the military air base nearby? No, he told me, near the road. Then he looked at me and he asked me for the third time, are you serving the cause? So I answered, what cause? Whose cause?
Tenacity is more important than talent, and courage is more important than education. From time to time, I call out your weaknesses. I contact you and I bring up your weaknesses, not because I see you as a weak person, but because I want and need you to be stronger tomorrow. Some of you say things, and I know because I've heard it throughout the years, say things like, people like me, what can we do? We have no power. Yeah, people like you fail all the time. But those people are not close to me like you are. Many people are right now, and some people close to me even, are in a state of being that they don't believe they can achieve a higher state of being. And then state of being can be psychological, spiritually, even financially. Can't believe. They don't trust themselves, or trust the cause, or the four brothers, or everything we've been telling you. The cause can bring you to a place higher, a place you have never dreamed you could achieve. But you must believe. And it's up to you, once you get to that place, not to go back to that lesser state of being. It's up to you. The life you are living right now is not called living. The world you are living right now is not called living. You are living in a video game-like state called survival. Everything almost is decided for you and against you. You are in survival mode. This has been going on for decades. You have to be aware of this. Very aware of this. In order to accept the cause and believe. Once you do, things will change. Stay close to me. I've told this many times throughout the last 14 years. Many times. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter the country. It doesn't matter the borders, your society or your culture. You need to survive your own country if you wish to live. You need to survive your own beliefs that were given to you by your country if you wish to live. You need to survive your environment in order to save yourself. And surviving your environment means believing something other than what you have learned and what your country has pushed down your throat, no matter the country, no matter the society, no matter the religion. And then you'll be ready to start living. Tell me, what have been the repeating factors in your life? The repeating factors in your life. When you were in school, you're probably not good enough. even though you are good enough to yourself, but you're never good enough to others. Once you have a job, like say you were 18 and you had a job like at Subway making sandwiches, they let you dream that you could be a manager of the sandwich place. But that's about it. That's how far that's as far as you go if you live the life of the other side. They let you dream big dreams, but they will not allow you to achieve them. Never. Because you're a slave. You need to be a slave in order to increase their wealth, their power. Those are the repeating factors in your life. And if you look around your neighbors and friends, those are the repeating factors of people's lives for thousands of years. They let you achieve a certain amount of so-called success, not much higher. You can be a lower class slave or a middle class slave, but always a slave. The repeating factors of people's lives are the same. You are born, you are raised, you get a job, you get a wife or a husband, companion. You can reach a certain level of success, whichever success may be, in your mind and their minds. Then you stall when you're about maybe 30, sometimes even 20, and you're a slave. If you serve the cause, one way or another, some serve the cause in a deeper way, others in a different way, slight way. But in the cause, you have to think big. Even if you work at Subway wrapping sandwiches, you think big and you give baby steps. Because if you serve the cause, there are people in the cause backing you up and helping you, giving those baby steps. Then you become to teenage steps, then adult steps, until you achieve who you want to be and who the cause needs you to be. And the cause, no matter who, the more successful you are, the better you can help the cause. So, perseverance, belief that you can fulfill your mission in life. You may not finish it, you may not even survive it, but do it. If you believe in the cause, do it, because there's always someone behind you, not above you, like the other side wants to push you down, behind you to push you in front. But like I said, you may not even survive your mission, but you do it and you keep on doing it, because life, reincarnation, keeps bringing you back until you get it right. And the cause will always be there for the good moments and the bad moments. Believe, believe, believe. Some of you have only come across our information recently, others a few months, a couple of years, but most of you have been here for a few years. And if you have, and if you're not lying to yourself, have you noticed that the world is where I live? What happens relevant to the world happens where I live. It happened in Canada, remember? It happened in Germany, remember? The terrorist attacks right by my house. And many other things I've been telling you. Where do I live now? What's happening now? The word is where I live, and nothing else matters. For now. Think. Connect the dots. Like I've told you before, I am the 50-50% man, even though I give 100%. But in the end, I'm the 50-50% man. Why? I give 100% of me, but I only get 50% in return, so 50-50. I choose 100%, 100% of the people I want around me, but later I usually dispose of 50% of them, 50-50, because 50% are not worthy, not of my presence, of serving the cause. So I get 50-50. Throughout my life, I gave 100% of my love to people I hated. They showed 50% of their love for me. Later, to show that actually it was 100% hate. Nevertheless, at one time it was 50-50. I dedicate 100% of my life to the cause. And a lot of times, the cause only gives me 50% of their time and of their dedication. 50-50. I give, in a material way, financial way, 100% what I have if they want, if they need. When I need, I only get 50%. I give 100% respect to people, at least before I really get to know them. But first I give 100%, just to get later 50% disrespect. I am the 50-50 man. And so are the people who survived this story, and they're 50%. 50-50. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see a picture of yourself. And for 100 years, people have said that one picture is worth 1,000 words. And I say, what even sometimes 1,000 words are not enough? Because they are not. You're 1,000,000,000 words, not 1,000 words, you're not a photo, you're not a picture. So, what's the point? The point is, go behind technology, photos, selfies. You're worth more than 1,000 words. You're worth 1,000 chapters. 1,000 chapters. Not 1,000 words, not a photo. When you know the truth about you, who you are, where you came from, your mission, when you know the truth about this world and everything which is surrounding you, and you do nothing about it, you know what happens? Something terrible happens. Nothing. That's what happens. Nothing. Always remember this. We are set up for failure from the day we were born. We are. And we all fail. We fail ourselves. We fail our family, our loved ones. We're always failing. But remember this. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. You know what my bigger virtue is? My failures, my defects, my shortcomings. There's no problem in having shortcomings. There's no problem not being perfect. The only problem is not knowing and not realizing that you have a problem, that you're not perfect, that you have shortcomings. That's the only problem. Not realizing that you are not perfect. Many of you have asked me, why does the goddess accept the existence of evil? She's so powerful, the mother of all creation. Why does she accept the existence of evil? Well, if there was no evil, if the goddess did not allow you to understand the existence of evil, you'd be a slave, because you'd only know one side of the story, the good. So you'd be a slave. You'd only be stuck to one side. You have free will, free choice. The goddess gave it to you, but it's not an easy road. For you to know what is good, you have to understand what is evil. That's why the goddess allows evil and good. You have the choice. If the goddess takes evil away from beings, humans and others, then you're only stuck with one vision, the good. Those are shackles. You'll be a slave. You'll not know. You'll not have a choice. So to understand good, you have to know that evil exists. And to know that evil exists, you have to experience it, not just reading it. That's why. Complicated? Well, give it time, because we're living in a war, as you know, for a long time. Once this war of good and evil, of which you know both, ends, then you are aware of good and evil, and you know that good won, and you'll be happy that you had two, you chose one. But for now, you have to understand that both exist. Okay? Love the light of wisdom, all ye that bear rule over peoples. Now know what wisdom is, and what was her origin. I will declare, and I will not hide from you the mysteries of Goddess, but I will seek her out from the beginning of her birth, and bring the knowledge of her to light, and I will not pass over the truth. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall not partaker of wisdom. Now the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the whole world, and the wise king is the upholding of the people. Receive therefore instructions by my words, and it shall be profitable to you. Quote. I know many of you, because of the knowledge you got from us and from other sources, not only from us, that sometimes you get very upset when people don't listen to you. You're trying to convince people of things you know, but they don't believe you. Well, you don't have to constantly be loud, constantly be pushing the truth. Sometimes silence is better. Give them your empty glass of truth and accept their full glass of stupidity and foolishness. Give them your empty glass of truth and be quiet. Be persistent. Their foolishness, their belief in things that are lies given to them since they were born. Eventually, that glass will run out and they'll be thirsty for the truth. When they're thirsty for the truth, they'll come for your empty glass. So don't be loud pushing the truth down their throats. Give them an empty glass. Let them speak. Give them enough rope to hang themselves. Let them be the priests and priestesses of meaningless conversation and knowledge. Your silence will be louder than their knowledge. Yes, the priests and priestesses of meaningless conversations. Your silence is more powerful. So be calm, listen, and wait. Because time heals everything and teaches everything. Time. There's something you cannot change. And a lot of times, learn not to aggressively defend what you know exists. Do not aggressively defend the truth. Just tell them, observe, and leave them at that. The more aggressive you are trying to convince your friends, your relatives of the truth, of what you know to be the truth, it's worse. Don't be aggressive trying to convince others. Just tell them, observe, and leave it at that. Put the seed of doubt. The seed of doubt is the seed of truth in their minds. Leave them with that. Don't be too aggressive. Or aggression. Aggression reacts with aggression and with denial. So don't be aggressive when you're trying to explain your beliefs. Listen, be calm. Just plant the seed. And then, time. To some, time might be 5 hours. To others, 5 years. To others, 5 lives. Time is relative. It's not important. We're dealing with a lot of people and a lot of time. Just don't be aggressive explaining people your beliefs. Don't be aggressive trying to push the truth down their throats. Plant the seed and walk away. You're not here to change the world. You're here to help the world. Especially to help yourself. And by helping yourself, and helping yourself meaning spread the truth, you're helping others. But don't expect results. No, don't expect results. Only expect what you're supposed to do. Once you're done, you've done it. You cannot expect others to accept you and your beliefs. Just plant the seed. Because we don't have a dentist appointment to go to the garage. We have a lot of time. You plant the seed, and time will take care of the rest. When discussing the truth, your beliefs, either you're talking with people who believe in liberalism or republicanism or fascism or communism, never say I'm right, you're wrong. No, that will not work. Never say That's only my side, not your side. No, that will not lead to anything except more division, more hate. You tell them your beliefs, and you accept their beliefs even though you know they're wrong, but you accept their opinion. You'll never join them or their mindset or their opinion, but accept that they exist. A lot of problems these days is that people deny other people's beliefs. That doesn't exist. I've heard this a million times. That doesn't exist. It does exist. There's someone in front of you saying, "Oh, I'm this, I'm a fascist, and this and this and that," and people say, "No, that doesn't exist. You're crazy." It does exist. Right in front of you, they're saying to you, to your face, they believe in this. So don't dismiss them as this doesn't exist. It does exist. Everything exists. Everything. Either you like it or not, agree or not, everything exists. So don't dismiss other people's beliefs. They do exist. Just tell them that's not my belief. You can take sides. This is my side, that's your side, but never dismiss other people's beliefs. Because if you dismiss other people's beliefs, then you're dismissing the enemy, and the enemy is strong. And it'll become stronger the more you dismiss them. The more you dismiss your enemy, the stronger they get. But, you talk with a lot of people, and sometimes you feel like you're losing a debate, losing a conversation. And then you may feel that they're more intelligent than you. Sometimes you may start thinking they're more right than you. No. Just because they're more well-spoken than you, it doesn't mean they're right. It just means that maybe they read more books. That doesn't mean they're right. Just because they're more well-spoken, or you have, fourth grade and they have a PhD, that doesn't mean they're right at all. It just means that they read more books, they're more well-spoken, or they have the art of conversation, the tricky, very tricky art of conversation. But it doesn't mean they're more intelligent. That's been proven over and over and over. If being in an important position, like a president, meant being more intelligent, none of the presidents from the beginning, or kings until now, would be president or kings, because the people in power are never ever the most intelligent. They may be the most well-spoken, but not the most intelligent or wise. So most of the times, the people that lose a debate, a conversation, are actually more intelligent than the ones who win, according to the public, the conversation or the debate. They just don't have the skills for public speaking. I know a lot of people who are extremely intelligent, but they're not good public speakers. So if you ever are on a debate with someone and you feel like you're losing the debate, the conversation, even among friends, never feel that you've lost or that you're wrong. No, just means that that guy or girl has this quality of public speaking that you don't. But that doesn't mean anything. A lot is blah blah blah, like a magician on the stage, grabs a top hat, gets a bird out of the top hat. Wonder, it's amazing. But they're not intelligent. That's something that they learn. It's magic. It's not real. Same thing with public speaking. Doesn't mean they're more intelligent. They're just good at public speaking. It's magic. It's fake. It's an attribute but it's not, there's no substance to it. In those days, when that happens to you, let them speak. Let them speak. Instead of fighting back or getting to a big argument, getting mad, let them speak. Because they are just good public speakers, but they're not intelligent. So the more you let them speak, the more they better themselves, because they're not intelligent. Understand? It's a golden opportunity for you to see the weakness on the other side. And for you to realize how intelligent you are, because you realize that they're false, they're fake. It's magic. Abracadabra. That's why you have so many of those, evangelists on TV. Hallelujah! They're great public speakers. But they're not intelligent. They're just great public speakers. Intellect and knowledge is one thing. Public speaking is another. Intelligent people don't need any PhD. They can have second grade. What is more important? To suck in the truth and know the truth. Not to just follow someone who is a nice speaker. What you do with your life is what you will do with your life. Not what a good public speaker tells you what is good for your life. So remember this. And now, there's also this aspect of age. You may be, I'm talking to you, you're 50 years old, 60 years old, 65, 70 years old. So you've lived a long life, lots of jobs, many different life experiences, and suddenly you're talking, let's say, with a 20-year-old man or woman, and you feel like they know more than you because they recently read some conspiracy theory books or any other kinds of books, and we go back to this public speaking. And you feel like, shit, I'm 65 years old. This kid is combating me. I'm older than him. I know more. I know the truth. This 20-year-old is fighting me. It looks like verbally, the discussion is winning. How is this possible? Because I know more. It's exactly the same thing, Don't feel like that. Just because a person is well spoken doesn't mean they know more than you. And some are just parrots, especially these days. Since the mid 1990s until now, the younger you are, the less you know. But they're more parrots. They repeat what they hear. They don't think. They repeat. They quote. They memorize things, and they repeat because they're always watching the same thing. They don't read a book, and then that book is done. Then they read a different book from a different author from a different country. And then no, it's always the same thing over and over and over. So there's this tape that they repeat. It's very annoying. But they don't know. They're parrots. I've met a few of those, not many, because I don't answer to emails very often, and I don't go online talking with people. There's no point. But I met a few of them, and there was 2 or 3 that are actually, this was a few years ago, 5, 6 years ago, that actually went online on camera, talked with them. And they were like 20, 21. By the time we were over, they looked like they were 70. Even though they were 20, they felt like they were 7 because they were so confused. They cannot compete with knowledge. They're parrots. Parrots need repetition to learn. 70-year-old man or woman have lived a life, not through repetition, through living. Of course, sometimes I lost my temper and I said, hey, you really, you have really nice eyes. Do you want to keep them? And of course, like I said before, time is relative. I had my son who died when he was 13 years old. He died from cancer. But I tell you something. The last year of his life, he lived that life as a lion, which is better than to live 30 years as a sheep. Sometimes you're in a group of friends, sometimes you're in a group of friends and someone that you don't know joins in the group. You're in a birthday party, whatever. And say, hello, you're nice. And guy beside you, your friend, tells you, what do you know about this guy? It's not important what you know about some guy. What's important is what you don't know about this guy or girl. Remember, it's not important what you know about a person. It's important what you don't know about the person. Very important. Another thing you should have in consideration, and I know there's already many things, is the ripple effect. The ripple effect. When you throw a pebble on the water, cause the ripples, the waves. Take that in consideration, even though it's not really under your control. You can only control so much. But take in consideration, in a certain situation, what you're going to do, what you're going to say, how you're going to act, the ripple effect of your words and actions. Now, you cannot control it. It's a ripple. It goes left, right, front. It hits many shores. But even though you cannot control the ripple, you can control the first wave, meaning the first word, the first action. Meaning, by controlling your first word, your first action, you can also be in control of time. If you don't react the way you want that day, maybe you react in a few days. So you're a time traveler per se. Because if you react to someone's thing, words you don't like that day, the reaction from that person will come soon. But if you wait for example, 7 days, then you're controlling time. Maybe you have to wait 6 months or 2 years. You're controlling the time. You have to put yourself in control. If you are in control of your words, or the first pebble, then you control time. Time is the most important thing. And emotions, as you know, can be changed. One day you love a person, next day you have a fight. You don't love the person so much, but then the next day you make peace. Love is back on again. Emotions can be changed throughout time. But time itself cannot be changed, will not go back. So you have that 1 second to make a decision, or 2 or 3. At that point in time, emotions change throughout time. Time does not change throughout emotions. No, 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 no. Of course, if this is not happening face to face in a bar or in a restaurant or in your own house, if this is not happening like that, if this is happening on the internet, oh, then the story changes, of course, because the internet made a lot of people way too comfortable with disrespecting others and not getting punched in the face for it, because they're cowards. They hide behind the keyboard. So we have to, grow a thick skin and ignore these ignorant monkeys. Ignore. That's the word. Ignore. Denzel Washington, a person that I admire a lot, once said, "To get what you have never had before, you have to do what you have never done before." This is a very good quote for the 72's. Okay. One thing that a lot of people have told me is like, "Anand, what can I do? Just one amongst billions. I'm a shadow." You're not a shadow. You're only a shadow if you choose to be a shadow. The thing is that people have these huge dreams of changing the world at once. Like these days, everybody thinks they're going to change the world because of one viral video or one huge book or a presentation. No, no, no. Changes start with rumors, not bombs. Changes start with rumors, whispers, not bombs. Tsunamis start with a little wave, not a huge wave. You change the world little by little, like the pebble. So you're feeling like a shadow because that's how the world is set up these days. You're nobody. You're just one in a billion. Wrong. One person can change the world or help change the world. You're only a shadow if you choose to be a shadow. Become light. Say one thing, one word, to a friend, online. Say something based on the things I've been telling you how to do it. That's when we stop being a shadow and become light. Stop being a number and becoming a person. Don't be a shadow. Come to the light. Now, while you're out there, if you wish, telling the truth to people, you can take risks, but don't gamble. Do not gamble, because gamble is lying. Gambling is foolishness. Is saying, doing something it is not truth, hoping for the best. That's gambling. You can take risks, meaning you can try to tell the truth to people you're pretty sure they will not believe you. Maybe you're taking a risk. Maybe you'll lose a friendship. That's taking a risk. Gambling is lying. Gambling is saying, "Oh, I saw this, but you didn't. I've done this, but you didn't. All kinds of things, but you didn't, and you never were, and you never will be." That's gambling. You don't do that, because you'll be caught on a lie without evidence of what you said, what you're saying. Don't gamble. Take risks. Taking risks is approach people that probably will not believe you, but you have evidence to back you up. So even if that person or persons or group of persons or entity or whomever do not believe you, at the same time they cannot prove you wrong because you have the evidence. That's taking a risk. Gambling, that's for Las Vegas. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Lies and prostitutes. So don't gamble, take risks. A lot of people, also ask me, Dante, what can I do to help the cause? The things you can do to help the cause, it will only help while you're alive, not after you're dead. So if you want to help the cause, do it while you're alive. You don't even need to send messages. But to finish, remember this. Maybe the cause had to start and fight a big battle we created in order to win a war they created. Okay? Cheers. Have a nice week. And always remember, when the seagulls follow the boat, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Cheers, love you, be safe.
So Ceausescu told me to land right away. Where, I said, on the military air base nearby? No, he told me, near the road. Then he looked at me and he asked me for the third time, are you serving the cause? So I answered, what cause? Whose cause?